Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our program at 5:10 p.m. And before we begin today's program, kindly mute your microphone to avoid any interruption and please be glad to turn on your camera. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, apart from being on Google Meet, I would also love to let you know that we are currently live now on YouTube. So I will be very happy if you can share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Selawat kasih seuntai rasa. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Saya Afika Anis binti Tamizu dari Ijazah Sarjana Muda Bahasa Inggeris dengan Komunikasi selaku hos anda bagi program Speaker Age pada petang ini. Selamat datang diucapkan kepada semua hadirin hadirat sekalian. Terima kasih saya ucapkan kerana sudi meluangkan cuti semester kalian untuk mengikuti program ini. Jadi, tanpa melengahkan masa hadirin hadirat sekalian, saya membuka majlis kita pada hari ini dengan kitab Al-Fatihah, dan bagi yang bukan Muslim boleh membaca doa mengikut kepercayaan masing-masing. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Yang dihormati para pensyarah Fakulti Bahasa dan Komunikasi, barisan speaker pada petang ini serta rakan-rakan yang dikasihi sekalian. Untuk makluman semua, program Speaker Age yang pernah dikenali sebagai Speaker Corner merupakan sebuah program untuk melatih mahasiswa dan mahasiswi supaya berkeyakinan tinggi untuk bersuara di khalayak ramai. Berikutan dengan pandemik COVID-19, pihak Falcom mengambil inisiatif untuk menjalankan program ini secara atas talian. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Katie read one set. Self-care means giving the world the best of you. Instead, what is left for you? With that, let us invite our beautiful and lovely speaker, Nur Iman Alwani binti Esham, with her speech entitled Beauty Therapy as Self-Care. Welcome, Iman.
Hi, thank you so much. So, Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. So, I am so excited to share about my topic, which is beauty therapy and self-care. So, what is the importance of self-care? So, our life can be busy, overwhelming, exhausting, and stressful. So, how do you reboot and push the reset button? Self-care. Self-care is the answer. So, practicing self-care means addressing your personal needs so that you can find a happy balance in your life. It allows you to be better equipped to handle life's challenges and is the best way to prevent mental, emotional, and also physical burnout. Just getting away for a few minutes and devoting to some me time can make life far more manageable. Your health and wellness matter, so put yourself on your own priority list. Because when you start taking better care of yourself, other areas of your life will begin to blossom too. You can never be the best version of yourself if you are not taking care of yourself. In this pandemic, I believe that everyone health, mental and physical health begin to suffer. And same goes to me. I feel burnt out physically and mentally, especially when you do not practice exercise, etc. So I was overwhelmed, tired, and depressed. Several things needed to change. Inevitably, this led me to realizing that I needed to make myself a priority and practice better self-care. Because at one point you need to stop doing things for other people. You need to stop impress people. You need to stop helping others. You need to help yourself. Put yourself as a priority. So back to my topic, which is beauty therapy as self-care. What is beauty therapy and how does it relate to self care exactly? Well, there is a direct relationship between beauty routines and mental wellness. In fact, more and more studies are coming out proving this point as many more women are using their beauty routines as a form of self care. Which brings me to the point where I would like to ask you, what is self care for you? Is it nourishing and mindful approach to life, or taking care of your mental and emotional well-being, or maybe focusing on caring for your body, also even enhancing your outward appearance? Well, I believe that self-care can be very subjective and personal thing for each person. But I feel that all these views and approaches to self-care are tied up together and linked, each affecting the other and all creating a beautiful, delicate balance internally and externally in our lives. So I have this one quote from a famous beauty blogger, which her name is Courtney Spalding. She said, "Beauty comes in many different forms, methods, and flavors, and beauty is a sublime merging from the inner to the outer." I agree with her because the care we take towards ourselves and can directly impact how we feel. When we look our best, we feel our best. And when we feel our best, we can step out into the world with confidence, feeling fully equipped to take the day. A daily beauty routine is actually simpler than you think. Whether it's through makeup, skincare, hair care, or something else entirely, your beauty routine should be something that you take pleasure in and enjoy. Allow it to be a means to self soothe, heal, relax, find calm, have fun, or boost your mood. So also, as a woman that practice beauty therapy as self care, I have a famous question that I heard a lot, which is a beauty routine really self care or just something frivolous? Now that I know some people look at beauty routines as frivolous or unnecessary, thinking they are simply a form of self indulge, but the truth is, these routines can be a form of self care for so many women and also men. And we all know that self care is neither selfish or unnecessary. For many women, especially, a beauty routine goes far beyond the outer surface and impacts the inner. What starts as a simple daily routine becomes something much larger. For example, if you're into makeup, you can be a professional makeup artist. It begins as a gentle nudge, a reminder to pay just a bit more attention to yourself, prioritize yourself, and practice some extra tender loving care. Then it can then it can evolve into fully honoring yourself, loving yourself boldly and out loud. It can become a means to take back your power, or it can also simply evolve into finding genuine comfort in one's own skin, living a more joyful and a beautiful life. So, what are the benefits of self care through beauty therapy? Fun fact, beauty therapy is not something, when you put on makeup, you're not being fake. You're not being fake at all. So I want you to get rid of that stigma because there are benefits of beauty therapy. Surprisingly, a simple beauty routine can help to reduce stress, anxiety, and depressions. Beauty routines also can lead to an increase in self esteem, self love, self reflections, self expressions, energy, and productivity. Lastly, often it is found that relationships can begin to improve. It can be a relationship with your family, friends, or your other half. Because you see, when you start addressing your own wants and needs, you become better equipped to help others. I think I remember, well, a person have said to me that when you love yourself more, you can love others better. So for those who struggling with self-esteem and sense of self-worth, their beauty routine can be a source of empowerment. Taking that devoted time is a reminder to themselves that their wants and needs matter. It can serve as a commitment to oneself to take care of herself. The act of deliberately caring for oneself consistently over time leads to recognizing and conveying more value for oneself. And obviously, the physical results of the routine can also give them a confidence boost. So, before I end my speech, I would like to share 7 tips to practice self care. So, the first one is you have to make the commitment. Next, pick a self care practice. I think this part you can actually pick more than one practice. You can pick hair care, body care, and skincare, anything you want. And then you can create a plan. After that, get your essential tools. Doesn't have to be expensive tools as long as it is suitable with your skin and your body, because you know your body more than others. Next one, find some special space and then make a schedule. And last one is find accountability, because I think you will enjoy the routines more if you have friends to join you. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Terima kasih Saudari Nur Iman Alwani atas perkongsian buku minda sebentar tadi. It was a great speech and it was really great. It was really great to know all the tips to cope with ourselves. So, seterusnya Saudari Nur Zulaikha Muhammad Yusof dengan tajuk ucapannya Watchman, A Real World with Superheroes. Mempersilakan.
Hello? Okay. Hello, everyone. Before I start, I would like to ask a question for all of us to ponder. What if our world now, our real world now, has superheroes, like heroes with superpower abilities, like Marvel or DC movies that we might have watched? How different our life would be? Would it be good or bad? Today, I will talk about this while relating it to my favorite comic series and movie, Watchmen. Hi, my name is Nur Zulaikha, but actually you guys can call me Sulhi. And today I'll be talking about Watchmen, a real world with real superheroes. Have any of you watched Watchmen? See what I did there? Let me explain briefly about Watchmen without possible spoiler. So Watchmen is a comic series published by DC Comics in the 80s, written by Alan Moore. And the comic series got so popular, even until now, that it was adapted to movie in 2009, directed by Zack Snyder. A brief summary about Watchmen is, it is a superhero story that questions the idea of a real hero in a real world. During that time, during the 80s, comic books are all about optimism. You know, the cliche, good guys fight bad guys, and most of the time good guys always win. Also, no one really dies in comic. While Watchmen included flawed human characteristics, moral ambiguity, politics, philosophy, and they are told in dark, gritty way, which was unusual at that time. The story was set in an alternate universe, which is a world that is different from us. And it is in the 80s when there's a Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union. The main characters of Watchmen are Dr. Manhattan, the comedian, Ozymandias, Night Owl 2, Sid Spectre 2, and Rorschach. Rather than superheroes, they were called masked vigilantes because they don't really have like superpower abilities except Dr. Manhattan, who was involved in an accident in a lab and turned into a literal walking god. Like he's very powerful. I'm sorry. So back to our main discussion. What if superheroes exist in our real world? Firstly, the history may not be the way that we know now. For example, in Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan helped the U.S. in winning the Vietnam War, which is different from the history that we know now. Also, the comedian was responsible for the assassination of JFK, John F. Kennedy. So you say like the history changed when the superheroes intervene with it. You can say that Dr. Manhattan and comedian actually work for the government. You know, maybe do they work for them? And they are powerful. So you see, superheroes can change the course of world history, of world event, because they have the power to do so. So maybe we can think of any historical event that we know that happened in our world, and imagine what if the outcome is different due to the intervention of superheroes. Would it be bad or will it be good? Sorry. Next, we should discuss whether superheroes are above the law. Because as we all know, in Malaysia, no one is above the law. We have to obey the law that is stated in federal constitution. No one, not even the royal family, are above the law. So like when the superheroes trying to save the day and they're fighting the villains and all, maybe in the city, they probably destroy a few public properties in the process. So like when that happens, do they in their costume go to the court and uh, get the hearing, like pay the fine, or um, are they allowed to do so in the name of fighting crime? What if they destroy private property, maybe someone's house or someone's car, maybe your car? How would we settle the dispute? Do they pay for it? Like, do they pay for it? Or maybe the government would settle the dispute? What if they accidentally killed an innocent civilian when fighting the crime? Are they that powerful that even the law cannot prosecute them? You know, can law actually put superheroes in jail? Or do we really need them that they are now allowed to be free even they did a serious offense? The third point is morality. In Watchmen, actually, there's a character named Rorschach, which is my favorite character actually, and he thinks that society is filthy, sinful, beyond saving, don't deserve mercy at all. Like his mask, he sees the world in black and white. Even his morality is black and white. So it's either bad or good. And if it's bad, if it is evil, it must be punished. In his own word, as I quote, never compromise even in the face of Armageddon. So like he has his own way in getting justice. You know, he will do anything to get what he wants, even breaking a few fingers, maybe kill a few people. And sure, the justice is served at the end, like maybe the crime is solved at the end. But is the end justify the means? And what if all superheroes think like this? Like you must do whatever you need to reach that justice, to reach that peace. How we can live in a world like that? And even if they do not, can we really trust them? Can we rely on them? Because we are talking about real superheroes, which means they are human like us, like all of us, just normal civilians. And as we know that human nature often change and not staying the same, can we bear that possibility that human nature is unpredictable? Yes, like Marvel Civil War, Sokovia Act, yes. Actually, there are a lot more things that we can ponder on regarding this topic. Like, for example, the culture would change. In Watchmen, people hate superheroes. They don't like these mass vigilantes. So they don't read comics about superheroes. They read comics about pirates instead. And also, the technology may be advanced. In the comic, thanks to Dr. Manhattan and his power, people in the 80s actually can use electric car and eat genetically modified four-leg chicken. Yes, it is in the 80s, so it's quite advanced. I can talk about this forever because this is my favorite thing to talk about. But I guess it is time for me to end it now. I highly encourage everyone to read the comic series or watch the movie. I intentionally did not talk about any spoilers, so you guys can go watch it. And you guys can contact me if you want, so I can give you the links to the comic or to the movie. I guess that is all from me. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Terima kasih kepada saudari Zulaikha di atas ilmu yang dikongsikan sebentar tadi. Note me, but I have never known about Watchmen. I would love to hear more from you. Hadirin sekalian, tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput dan mempersilakan speaker kita yang ketiga pada hari ini dengan tajuk My Experiences as a MyVac Volunteer. Please welcome Nug Wei Han. The room is yours.
Hi guys, can you hear me? All right, a very good afternoon to all my fellow speakers and friends who are joining us right now. My name is Nug Wei Han, but you guys can call me Wayne, and I'm here to share a story about my experiences as a MyVac volunteer. So without further ado, let's go back in time where I registered myself in the MyVac website. So back to the end of February 2021, I remember seeing an advertisement regarding the MyVac volunteer program that the admin of the President Persatuan group shared on WhatsApp. And that got me interested because I wanted to help people get their vaccines a lot faster because everyone's lives are currently at stake, due to COVID-19. And then to my surprise, I got an early vaccination notification from UniSZA directly on April Fool's Day. And it is part of the requirements to be a MyVac volunteer. And believe me, it is no April Fool's joke. It is real. And fast forward to the middle of June, I received my surat tawaran and was told to be on duty on June 21 before 7:45 a.m. And I was part of the first volunteer group. And so I did. I waited outside DABS alongside with the other group 1 members. And I saw one of them was a Chinese. And I know him quite, how should I say? I know him since last year. And his sister was a friend of mine. So my supervisor from UniSZA, Mr. Falcom, he asked us to gather for a quick briefing and break the ice session before getting our vests and lanyards to wear. Yes, you heard right. Each MyVac volunteer will have to wear a blue vest and 1 lanyard. So at the same time, I filled in the details of the surat penerimaan tawaran given by Miss Afifah from KPS Kuala Terengganu before letting her certify them. So once done, Mr. Falcom assigned me, my Chinese friend, and 2 others to handle the forms counter. So for the 2 of them, their job was to tell the people to queue up, scan UniSZA, and scan their body temperature. My Chinese friend will help distribute the forms to the people and show them where they should sit and fill in the forms. As for me, I tasked myself in surveying the people in case there are any problems with their forms, which I did help and correct their forms before showing them the way to the registration counter. So occasionally, we would help the OKU and pregnant women get their wheelchairs, and we will also give them the express counter cards for quick vaccination. Yes, all OKUs and pregnant women will be given express counters, so they will skip the queue a lot quicker. And I have to admit, it was quite fun on my first day, and not too many problems, and till we officially close on 1:30 p.m., which is by far the earliest we can go back home and rest. So far, I volunteered twice. One is in July and another one this month, which is 3 weeks before. But throughout the volunteer weeks, I did face some challenges regarding how many people we should let in, or the whole place will be overcrowded, to prevent the risk of potential infection. I also faced fear when I was told to use the microphone to guide them on how to fill the form before letting them in. So eventually, I cast aside my fear, and the process was surprisingly smooth. At some point, the other volunteers had a bit of disagreement with me. You heard it right. Because I suggested them the way I think is the most effective to handle the forms, but somehow their ego got in the way. And a moment later, it came back to bite them, and they regret it instantly. I was secretly glad that they learned that lesson without me feeling angry or lash out at them. Yeah. However, the biggest problem we faced was the irresponsible and selfish behavior of the people. They literally missed out their appointment. They literally missed out their appointment time, yet they came to our vaccination center the moment we start to close, which is at 5 p.m. And thankfully, that awful experience was it's just a one-off and it never happened again. So overall, the whole experience was quite meaningful, and we actually learned a great deal from there. I can say patience, control our emotions, teamwork, gaining confidence, believing in ourselves, and creativity in solving problems are the various lessons everyone can learn as a MyVet volunteer. And yeah, I honestly want to share the registration process with you guys, but I'm afraid I might drag the time of the other speakers. So if you want to know more, in case you have my phone number or IG account, you can DM me on WhatsApp and IG anytime. So thank you guys for listening to my story and have a good day.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada saudara Wei Han atas perkongsian bermakna itu tadi. Ramai di antara kita tidak berpeluang untuk menyertai MyVet Volunteer, so it's a good thing to hear a whole experience about being a volunteer. Seterusnya, kita beralih kepada speaker keempat kita pada hari ini, Muhammad Sulhi bin Abdul Nasir, dengan tajuk perkongsiannya yang berkait rapat dengan tokoh sufi terkemuka, iaitu kisah Abu Yazid Al-Bustami. Mempersilakan.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Baik, hari ini saya nak kongsikan satu kisah wali Allah, iaitu Abu Yazid Al-Bustami. Nama sebenar Abu Yazid Al-Bustami adalah Abu Yazid Taifur bin Isa Surusian Al-Bustami. Dia dilahirkan di Bustami, Timur Laut Parsi. Abu Yazid merupakan seorang yang berani dalam menyatakan jalan-jalan kebenaran bagi mengenali Allah. Dia meninggal dunia pada tahun 261 Hijrah bersamaan 874 Masihi. Baik, kisah Abu Yazid Al-Bustami semasa kecil dan remaja. Sejak kecil lagi, Abu Yazid telah menunjukkan ciri-ciri seorang hamba Allah yang soleh. Semasa berada dalam kandungan, dia akan menendang perut ibunya berkali-kali jika makanan yang dimakannya datang dari sumber yang tidak halal. Dia hanya akan berhenti jika makanan itu dimuntahkan. Setelah dewasa, suatu ibunya menghantar dia mempelajari Al-Quran. Abu Yazid Al-Bustami sangat terkesan apabila mendengar terjemahan dari surah Luqman yang bermaksud, "Berterima kasihlah kepadaku dan kedua orang tuamu." Lantas, dia meminta kebenaran gurunya untuk segera pulang menemui ibunya. Sebaik saja tiba di rumah, ibunya menyambutnya dengan penuh kehairanan. "Mengapa engkau pulang terlalu awal? Adakah sesuatu yang istimewa berlaku?" tanya ibunya. "Wahai ibu, ketika aku sedang belajar, guruku menerangkan mengenai surah Luqman yang memerintahkan aku mentaati Allah dan dirimu. Aku berasa susah hati kerana aku berasa tidak mampu melakukan dua perkara dalam masa yang sama. Mohonlah pada Allah sama ada ibu akan menyerahkan aku pada Allah semata-mata atau aku akan terus taat kepada ibu," jawab Abu Yazid. "Wahai anakku, aku sudah membebaskanmu dari tanggungjawab terhadapku. Malah aku menyerahkanmu kepada Allah agar engkau menjadi hambanya yang taat," kata ibunya sangat terharu. Dengan kata-kata ibunya itu, Abu Yazid mengambil keputusan untuk keluar merantau demi menuntut ilmu. Dia berhijrah dari satu tempat ke tempat yang lain sehingga ke pelosok beberapa negeri. Dia juga mempelajari ilmu dari banyak guru sehingga mencecah 113 orang. Sepanjang tempoh menuntut ilmu itu, Abu Yazid sangat berdisiplin dalam berpuasa dan ibadah malam. Namun baginya, kewajipan utamanya adalah berbakti kepada ibunya yang dianggap cara untuk berdisiplin dan mengabdikan diri kepada Allah. Pada suatu malam, ibu Abu Yazid Al-Bustami meminta air darinya. Lalu dengan segera Abu Yazid pun pergi ke tempayan untuk mengambil air. Namun tidak ada setitis pun air di situ. Begitu juga dengan bekas air mereka, juga kehabisan air. Lalu Abu Yazid terus pergi ke sungai untuk mengisi air dalam bekas air tersebut. Kembalinya dari sungai, ibunya sudah tertidur. Tetapi Abu Yazid tetap menunggu ibunya terjaga dengan memegang bekas air tersebut. Suasana malam yang dingin menyebabkan tangan Abu Yazid menjadi sejuk dan kaku. Apabila ibunya terjaga, dia terus meminum air itu, tetapi ibunya hairan dengan sikap Abu Yazid yang masih tetap memegang bekas air itu. Lalu dia bertanya, "Mengapa engkau masih memegang bekas air itu, wahai anakku?" "Aku takut aku terlena semasa menunggu ibu terjaga," jawabnya. "Sungguh engkau seorang anak yang taat. Anakku, biarkan saja pintu itu setengah terbuka sepanjang malam," pinta ibunya. Tanpa banyak bertanya, Abu Yazid hanya menuruti permintaan ibunya. Dia berterusan berjaga sepanjang malam itu bagi memastikan pintu itu sentiasa terbuka. Suatu hari semasa Abu Yazid sedang belajar, gurunya meminta supaya diambilkan sebuah buku yang berada di tingkap berhampiran mereka. "Tingkap yang mana, wahai Tuan Guru?" tanya Abu Yazid. "Sejak sekian lama engkau belajar di sini, engkau tidak pernah melihat tingkap itu," jawab gurunya. "Wahai Guru, aku tidak peduli mengenai tingkap itu kerana mataku tertutup pada perkara yang lain semasa aku menuntut ilmu denganmu. Aku datang untuk belajar dan bukan untuk melihat perkara yang lain," jawab Abu Yazid. Lalu gurunya membalas kata-kata Abu Yazid Al-Bustam, "Baiklah, kembalilah kau ke Bustam kerana pengajianmu sudah tamat." Baik, pengajaran dari kisah ini yang dapat kita simpulkan. Yang pertama ialah Abu Yazid ni seorang hamba yang taat kepada perintah Allah. Seperti perkara yang disebutkan tadi dalam surah Al-Qalam, iaitu diperintahkan kepada kita untuk berterima kasihlah kepada Allah dan kedua ibu bapa. Terusnya yang kedua, Abu Yazid juga seorang yang sangat pentingkan ilmu pengetahuan. Beliau sangat fokus dan dedikasi dalam mempelajari ilmu. Dan juga ketika menuntut ilmu, Abu Yazid hanya fokus untuk menuntut ilmu sahaja, tidak untuk tujuan yang lainnya. Dan saya nak tekankan di sini, ilmu pengetahuan sangat-sangat penting. Tak kira dalam bidang apa jua sekalipun. Teruskanlah belajar itu. Terusnya, yang ketiga, Abu Yazid juga seorang anak yang soleh. Beliau sangat menghormati perintah ibunya. Jadi, ta'ala kepada ibu anda, insya-Allah takkan rugi dan pahala ganjaran yang sangat-sangat besar. Akhir sekali, Abu Yazid juga seorang yang berdisiplin dan beradab sopan, terutamanya kepada gurunya. Hormatilah para guru yang susah payah mengajar kita, tanpa mereka maka sesatlah kita dalam kejahilan. Baik, itu sahaja dari saya. Sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kepada saudara Sulhi atas pengisian begitu menarik sekali. Banyak iktibar dan pengajaran kita boleh peroleh daripada kisah Abu Yazid Al-Bustami. Jadi tanpa membuang masa, saya menjemput saudari Khadijah binti Yusop dengan tajuk ucapan beliau Adabu Talibul Ilmi, adab-adab penuntut ilmu. Mempersilakan.
Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Syukran jazilan li Raisatil Majlis Afika Tarmizu. مساء الخير أيها الأصدقاء المحبوبة. أرجو أنكم في صحة جيدة وفي رعاية الله سبحانه وتعالى. اسمي خديجة بنت يوسف وأنا من البكالوريوس في دراسة اللغة العربية. أبدأ كلامي next slide. Okay. أبدأ كلامي بقول رائع روي عن عمر رضي الله عنه قال: تأدبوا ثم تعلموا. عبر هذا الكلام نرى بأن الأدب أمر مهم جدا في التعلم، أي أولا الأدب وثانيا العلم. فلذلك أظن بأن هذا العنوان أي الأدب طالب العلم مناسب لنا جميعا لأن معظمنا هنا طلبة، وأنا متأكد 100% بأننا عرفنا كل هذه الآداب، ولكن الإنسان محل الخطأ والنسيان، ونحتاج إلى النصائح والتذكرة لتحسين أنفسنا دائما. قبل ذلك، ما هو الأدب؟ Next slide. Okay. ما هو الأدب؟ قال ابن حجر العسقلاني في كتابه فتح الباري: الأدب هو استعمال ما يحمد قولا وفعلا، وقيل بأنه الأخذ بمكارم الأخلاق، يعني الأدب متعلق بصفة المحمودة وصفة الكريمة. وفي هذا اليوم سأشارك معكم 3 الآداب طالب العلم عبر الإنترنت، لأن الآن ندرس في بيتنا عبر الإنترنت. Next slide. أيوة. أولا، من الآداب طالب العلم المحاولة للرد عندما يطلبها المحاضر. إذا سأل المحاضر، نعم الأدب قبل العلم، إذا سأل المحاضر نحاول للرد ولا نخاف من الخطأ، فلذلك سيوجد التفاعل بين المحاضر والطلبة، ولا يشعر المحاضر كأنه يتحدث بوحده. ثم ثانيا، السكوت عندما يتكلم المحاضر. لو نريد أن نسأل، انتظرنا حتى انتهاء الكلام المحاضر. ثم ثالثا، ممنوع في وضع التعلم عبر الإنترنت وضعا على مستوى أدنى من التعلم وجها لوجه. يعني لا نقول بأن التعلم عبر الإنترنت ممل صعب، لأن كل المشاكل لها الحلول، فلذلك كن إيجابيا في كل الأمور في حياتنا. أيها المستمعون الكرام، لماذا الأدب مهم في طلب العلم؟ Next slide. أيوة. لماذا الأدب مهم في طلب العلم؟ لأن المؤدب في طلب العلم سيحصل البركات من العلم الذي يتعلم. وظهرت هذه الأهمية بوضوح نظرا إلى العلماء السابقين. فمثلا اعترف ابن مبارك بأنه درس الآداب لمدة 3 عاما ودرس العلوم لمدة 20، يعني مدة دراسة الآداب أطول من الدراسة العلوم، وهذا يدل على أن الآداب مهم عند طلب العلم. Next. قبل أن أنتهي كلامي أود أن أدعوكم جميعا هيا نؤدب في طلب العلم، لعلنا سنكون الناجحين والفائزين يوما ما إن شاء الله، آمين. وأنا متأسف إذا كان هناك خطأ في كلامي. شكرا على حسن استماعكم، وبالله التوفيق والهداية، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Terima kasih kepada saudari Khadijah atas perkongsian bermakna itu tadi. As students, it is a compulsory thing for us to know about this adab. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a human being, it is our nature to learn something new and make most out of it every day. So today, our beautiful speaker Stephanie Ngian Anak Janis is here with her speech entitled Learning Something New. Please welcome Stephanie.
Okay, thank you to our lovely moderator. Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Ngian, and today I will talk about learning something new. The reason why I want to talk about this is because, as you all know, we're in our 3-month-long semester break. At first, I really enjoy it because I get to do nothing and not feeling bad about it. But then, as the first month goes, I realized I was living in a rut. When I woke up one day, I feel unmotivated. I started to question the purpose of my life because I know life is not just about waking up late, eating all the time, watching TV all day, and sleeping late. You might think I should not complain about it, but Imagine doing the same routine over and over again every day. I was wondering, how do I get out of this rut? Then a light bulb goes off. How about learning something new? I like watching baking and cooking shows, and I thought, hey, why not I start making my own food instead of watching these strangers making them on TV? So I Googled for simple recipes that I think I know how to do. So I learned how to make Korean spicy fried chicken, and it tasted edible. But it's fine. You learn from your mistakes, and you learn not to leave the chicken on the stove while you're away watching TV. And I also learned how to bake cookies. When I'm baking, I'm in my zone. I focus and I actually like it. Whenever I measure the amount of flour or sugar, I feel at peace. I never felt that before actually. So this is actually this is actually the cookie that I just baked. I know it looks questionable, but it's actually not bad. And then another benefit of learning something new is it actually helps to boost your serotonin. Serotonin is actually the hormone that stabilizes your mood, feelings of well-being, and happiness. As I started learning something new, I realized I become happier day by day. Learning keeps your mind engaged and your body active. It helps you get new and knowledge-based perspectives on the world around you. Another new thing that I learned is making these cute beading jewelries. Can you see it? Here's another one. I made this daisy necklace. I made individual daisies. When the result is actually almost like the one I have in mind, I feel happy. Like, hey, I made this. It gives you that sense of achievement. And last but not least, the benefit of learning something new is it opens doors of opportunities, believe it or not. It opens doors of opportunities for you. For example, if you learn a new language such as Mandarin or new skills such as video editing, when you apply for jobs, those skills actually make you stand out from other candidates that are actually applying the same job as you did. So, whichever new skill you acquire, I guarantee you a new door of opportunity will always open for you. So, to sum it all up, there are lots of benefits in learning something new. But I can only mention a few as I'm running out of time. The few benefits that I've mentioned before are bringing happiness, peace to yourself, and also opening doors of opportunities. Remember, every new day is a chance for you to learn something. But no pressure. Just follow your own pace and have fun. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from it.
Thank you very much for the great speech just now, Stephanie. And oh my god, I would love to try your cookies. And Alpha is asking you to send her some cookies. Baiklah rakan-rakan sekalian, speaker kita yang terakhir pada petang ini dengan tajuknya Raikan Kemerdekaan Tanda Kesyukuran dipersilakan saudara Rohaizal bin Rosli. Mempersilakan.
Terima kasih kepada saudari moderator tadi. Baiklah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Dan salam sejahtera saya ucapkan kepada semua, khususnya kepada para pensyarah yang ada bersama kita sekarang dan semua hadirin yang sedang mendengar. Firstly, saya Rohaizal bin Rosli, pelajar daripada BAS tahun 2. Untuk makluman semua, Tajuk perbicaraan saya pada hari ini adalah raikan kemerdekaan, tanda kesyukuran. Okey. Siapa tahu tema kemerdekaan kita tahun ni? Kalau ada yang tahu boleh komen. Sebagaimana yang kita maklum, tema kemerdekaan kita pada tahun ini sama seperti tahun lepas, iaitu Malaysia Prihatin. Okey. Perbicaraan saya pada hari ini tidaklah menjurus kepada sejarah semata-mata. Okey. Sebab saya tahu petang-petang ni kita macam penat kan, semata penlayu, perut pun lapar. So perbicaraan saya pada petang ini lebih kepada santai sahaja, sekadar untuk membangkitkan aura dan semangat kita untuk menyambut kemerdekaan pada tahun ini. Perlulah kita ketahui, kalau bukan kita kan generasi sekarang, bagaimana pula generasi akan datang untuk mendaulatkan kemerdekaan. Jadi kita lah yang merupakan tonggak utama. Betul tidak? Alright. Okey, terdapat 3 cara saja yang pada saya simple yang saya mau kongsikan kepada semua, yang mana kita boleh lakukan di musim pandemik ini. Okey, yang pertama sekali, kita melibatkan diri dengan program yang berunsur kemerdekaan. Okey. Program yang berunsur kemerdekaan simple as just now. Kita dengar talk pasal kemerdekaan kan. Selain daripada itu, saya percaya di musim pandemik ini ada banyak program kemerdekaan. Program kemerdekaan yang dijalankan hanya secara atas talian saja, seperti forum, ada ceramah juga, dan banyak lagi pertandingan yang dianjurkan secara atas talian, di mana semua program tu kita boleh spot, dan memang sepatutnya kita kena spot lah kan. Jadi ringkasnya, marilah kita libatkan diri dan dengan program kemerdekaan yang dijalankan secara atas talian kan. Kerana cara tu juga merupakan salah satu cara bagi kita menzahirkan kita punya rasa kesyukuran, tanda kita menghargai nikmat kemerdekaan yang kita kecapi hari ini. Okey, yang seterusnya, perkara kedua yang mungkin kita boleh lakukan adalah dengan menyokong program Kibarkan Jalur Gemilang. Okey. Seperti yang kita tahu, slogan ataupun program Kibarkan Jalur Gemilang ini dia sudah lama diperkenalkan. Kibarkan Jalur Gemilang ni benda yang mudah kan, di mana kita boleh pasang bendera di pagar rumah, kereta dan sebagainya. Okay, jadi guys, saya menyuruh kepada kita semua, masih lagi di bulan kemerdekaan ini, ayolah kita kibarkan jalur gemilang. Okay. Saya pun belum pasang juga jalur gemilang, insyaAllah. Di musim hujan ni kan, insyaAllah esok kalau tidak halangan lah. Okay, jadi akhir sekali marilah kita sokong program kibarkan jalur gemilang. Perkara yang ketiga pula yang kita mungkin boleh lakukan pada saya juga sangat simple, iaitu melalui media sosial. Okay, media sosial ni benda yang simple, semua orang tahu dan semua orang ada lah kan media sosial ni, macam Facebook, IG kan, dan sekarang juga semua peringkat umur semua main media sosial. Macam tua nenek saya pun sendiri main. So kesimpulannya, media sosial marilah melalui media sosial kan, marilah kita jadikan media sosial sebagai satu medium untuk kita zahirkan kita punya tanda kesyukuran atas nikmat kemerdekaan hari ini. Okay. Antara usaha yang kita boleh lakukan seperti kita post anything lah yang berkaitan dengan kemerdekaan. Okay. Dan kita boleh spot any slogan lah, macam sayangi Malaysiaku prihatin dan banyak lagi. Okay. Kesimpulan daripada saya, banyak lagi usaha lain yang kita boleh lakukan bagi menzahirkan rasa kesyukuran atas nikmat kemerdekaan yang kian lama kita nikmati kan, selama berapa tahun, selama hayat kita ni lah. Okay. Sekian saja, mohon maaf anda ada terkasar bahasa. Akhir sekali saya mengucapkan selamat menyambut kemerdekaan kali ke-64. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada saudara Rohaizal atas perkongsian yang amat berguna itu sebentar tadi. Hadirin dan hadirat, dengan berakhirnya ucapan dan perkongsian daripada Rohaizal, maka berakhirlah ucapan daripada ketujuh-tujuh speaker kita pada hari ini. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking 5 minutes break before we continue with our next station. Thank you. Hadirin dan hadirat sekalian, bagi meneruskan program kita pada hari ini, saya menjemput dan mempersilakan Yang Berhormat Dekan Fakulti Bahasa dan Komunikasi, Prof. Madya Dr. Muhammad Nazri Latif Azmi bagi menyampaikan ucapan penutup. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Boleh dengar? Terima kasih kepada barisan Falcom kerana menjemput saya ke majlis penutup program Speaker Age kali ini. Rasanya tiada pensyarah ni. Saya cek tadi tak ada pensyarah ni. Saya difahamkan program ini dianjurkan berkolaborasi dengan ELS, S.T.E.L.A, Al-Qalam dan UBA. Banyak pihak yang terlibat. Cuma sebelum ni kita ada Speakers Corner. Speakers Corner kita ialah di sebelah bilik mesyuarat FBK. Tapi oleh kerana sekarang ni kita tahu wabak pandemik, jadi kita tak mampu balik ke kampus. Dan untuk Oktober nanti, semesta buka pada 10 Oktober, kita masih belum pasti sama ada pelajar-pelajar balik ke kampus atau tidak. Untuk makluman semua, ada cadangan untuk mengadakan kelas hybrid. Hybrid di sini maksudnya kuliah online, tutorial face to face. Ada yang cadangkan semua pelajar balik ke kampus, tetapi semua kelas online. Maksudnya yang tinggal di asrama, yang tinggal di rumah sewa. Ini bagi memastikan program-program macam ni lah, program Speakers Corner, Speaking Age ni boleh dibuat face to face. Terlalu banyak cadangan, tapi semuanya bergantung kepada situasi terkini COVID lah. Dan ada juga pelajar tanya, ada konvo tak tahun ni? Dah 2 tahun, dah tahun lepas tak ada konvo. Ada 2 isu. Isu pertama masa COVID, isu kedua Dewan Besar kita digunakan sebagai PPV. Jadi banyak benda. Dan saya pun rasa agak sedih lah. Tak dapat jumpa dengan pelajar-pelajar. Saya suka terlibat dengan program pelajar ni. Tapi oleh kerana saya jadi dekan online, sejak tahun lepas jadi dekan online, sedih jugalah tak boleh sembang-sembang pelajar, tanya masalah pelajar, kutuk-kutuk pensyarah sama-sama, jadi tak boleh. Jadi saya ucapkan syabaslah kepada semua pihak yang terlibat. You polish up your speaking skills. Bagus. Bagus. Bahasa Melayu, bahasa Arab, bahasa Inggeris. Dan bukan semua orang boleh bercakap. Nak sembang kosong boleh. Ada kopi, ngeteh, air teh tarik boleh. Tapi nak bercakap dengan ada point, ada strategi tu bukan semua orang boleh. Bukan semua. Even politicians cannot do that. Dan saya rasa syabaslah, saya dengar daripada awal tadi macam-macam topik bagus. Itulah universiti. Universiti kita kena beranilah. Kalau sebi kita di spoon fed, masyarakat suruh buat tu, suruh buat ni, itu bukan universiti, itu sekolah. Ini universiti lah ni. Buat banyak, saya cadangkan buat banyak lagi aktiviti yang melibatkan speaking. Kelemahan pelajar universiti awam ialah speaking je. Kita kalah universiti swasta hanya speaking. Cerdik semua orang cerdik, sebab tu boleh masuk universiti semua. Kalau tak cerdik tak boleh masuk universiti. Writing, semua pandai writing. Saya jadi pensyarah, saya ingat kalau lah assessment ni berdasarkan writing saja, saya rasa semua akan dapat A. Tapi bila melibatkan oral presentation, sebab tu grade jadi jatuh. Sebab bukan semua orang boleh speaking. Tambah-tambah lagi kalau speaking tu ada Q&A session, lagi dah berpeluh. Boleh tanya lagi dah berpeluh. Sebab tu ramai pelajar dia tak score subjek yang ada oral presentation sebab melibatkan speaking. Dan ramai pelajar yang tak dapat kerja ialah sebab communication skill. Tengok CV, tengok CJ semua A, kan? Tapi bila interview online, interview face to face, speaking skill, cakap problem solving skill tak ada. Jadi saya kagumlah, terima kasih banyak-banyaklah kepada Falcom kerana mengadakan program sebegini. Buat lagi. Dan kalau boleh saya ada satu cabaran lah kepada Falcom, kalau boleh buat spontaneous speech. Kita bagi tajuk on the spot, siapa-siapa boleh cakap. Masa tu baru kita tengok siapa yang boleh cakap. Contohnya bulan ni kita jangan beritahu tajuk. Kita minta wakil bas 3 orang, contoh wakil band 3 orang. Nanti bulan 10 kita ada wakil komunikasi 3 orang, wakil bahasa Melayu 3 orang. Okay. Contoh, jadi kita ada 12 orang wakil. Terserah pada Falcom nak pilih macam mana. Dan kita bagi tajuk on the spot. Baru kita tengok speaking skill macam mana. USM dulu, USM untuk semua pelajar bergraduat, mereka ada paper speaking skill. Dan dia ada 2 test, satu prepared speech, satu spontaneous speech. Ramai pelajar dia fail spontaneous speech. Cikgu-cikgu lah kawan-kawan saya dia fail sebab dia tak dapat cakap spontaneous, bagi tajuk on the spot. Okay, my idol tak tahu apa benda makna. Contoh. Jadi mungkinlah lepas ni Falcom boleh fikirkan banyak lagi program yang melibatkan speaking skill. Dan kita satu lagi penyakit pelajar-pelajar di FBK ni, kita lone ranger. Kita siapa yang asal pada Tesla dia tahulah, siapa asal pada Tesla dia tengok abang-abang dia band dia lone ranger, dia bawa diri dia je, dia galas beg, petang Khamis dia balik, pagi Ahad dia sampai. Dan silap-silap petang Ahad sampai sebab kelas ada Isnin. Dia tak kisah apa yang berlaku kat universiti. Aktiviti macam ni, speaking age ke apa, dia tak kisah. Dia fikir nak dapat CJ je. Itu bukan universiti tu. Itu universiti. Dan kita ingat satu lagi, kita kena ingat hidup kita ni full of learning, not teaching. Life is full of learning, not life is full of teaching. Kita belajarlah ni. Okay. Jadi saya tak nak cakap panjang. Kalau face to face cakap panjang ni, tapi kalau kan online kan, kita tak cakap panjang lah. Jadi sabar, terima kasih banyak-banyak. Well done. Maaf banyak-banyak kerana saya jadi dekan online, tak dapat bersembang secara informal dengan pelajar, dan saya berharap benar saya dapat jumpa pelajar-pelajar face to face InsyaAllah Oktober, supaya kita dapat we will have a normal life. Tapi kalau ikut Bill Gates punya ramalan, normal life will be back end of 2022. Kalau ikut ramalan Bill Gates, hidup kita normal pada akhir 2022. Jadi itu Bill Gates punya ramalan. Tapi tak tahulah, tengoklah macam mana. Okay, terima kasih semua, minta maaf banyak-banyak. Saya sudahi dengan ucapan wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih semua. Speaking age. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Setinggi-tinggi penghargaan dan jutaan terima kasih atas ucapan beliau sebentar tadi. So ladies and gentlemen, before we end our programs today, please turn on your camera for a photography session. Thank you. Thank you everyone. Hadirin sekalian, dengan berakhirnya ucapan penutup dan sesi bergambar sebentar tadi, maka berakhirlah majlis kita pada hari ini. Setinggi-tinggi penghargaan diucapkan kepada ke-7 speaker yang petah berkata-kata bagi menyampaikan ilmu yang amat bermanfaat kepada kita semua. Semoga perkongsian tersebut dapat memberikan kita ilmu yang baharu dan boleh dipraktikkan dalam kehidupan seharian. Betulkan yang biasa, biasakan yang betul. Saya selaku hos anda pada petang ini memohon maaf sekiranya terdapat kekurangan sepanjang saya mengendalikan majlis ini. Kita tanggung majlis kita dengan tasbih kafarah dan surah Al-As. Sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone.